very interesting.
One of my favorite myths ever. Better than the myth of Jason and the Argonauts. Better than Ron Paul, Michelle Bachmann 2012. Better than the complete fabulation that the New England Patriots staged a stunning fourth-quarter rally and won this year's Super Bowl, which I totally predicted. Better than all of those is this one. It is the myth that somehow, someway, without a doubt, America's space program never really sent people to the moon, those 6 times that they say they did. NASA says they sent people to the moon, but anybody whose tinfoil hat is properly tuned can spot that official government history for the hoax that it is, right? Because the footprints the phony astronauts phonily left behind while hopping around in a Hollywood studio never fade away. And because, hey, how is that flag flying in the wind since the moon has no atmosphere and thus no wind to loft Old Glory? And also, most importantly, because the Earth is not round like in this video purportedly shot from space, but instead the world is flat. If you tried to come back and land a spaceship on the Earth, you would skid off the edge of the world and wind up on the planet of the apes with Charlton Heston and a lot of NRA activists whose convention I am totally going to this year in Pittsburgh, even if I just said that about Charlton Heston, which I did. That was not a hoax. I will go ahead and date myself here a little bit and say that this myth, the idea that the Apollo lunar missions were faked, all of my life has been sort of a litmus test for sanity. A bright dividing line between sees the world like most of us and does not see the world like most of us. If you are an Apollo doubter, you might spend your whole life looking for clues, looking for crosshairs that appear and disappear on photos, looking for video that goes missing that you're suspicious about. But then finally today, now, in 2011, the world has made it easy for you. Because today, in 2011, the world is faking a space mission in plain sight. This is the crew of Mars500. 6 guys total, 3 Russians, a Frenchman, a Chinese man, and an Italian/Colombian guy. They have all been shut up in a windowless maze of bus-sized modules since June. Since 8 months and 22 days ago, to be exact. They are living the way real astronauts would. They are in isolation. They're eating astronaut food. They are talking to Earth only sporadically and with simulated communication delays. They are experiencing everything except weightlessness. The fake mission is being conducted by Russia's Institute of Biomedical Problems. Best name ever, along with the European Space Agency. The European Space Agency is actually pretty good at making fake space missions look cool, like this one, for example, where they used Legos to demonstrate a planned visit to a comet. Legos! In any case, about a week and a half ago, the Mars500 mission fake landed on fake Mars. 3 of the fake astronauts got in a fake lander and fake put it down on the fake planet Mars, while the other 3 stayed above in fake orbit. Fake Mars is actually another windowless container that they filled up with red sand. 3 times over the last week and a half, the fake astronauts put on 66 pounds of real gear, and they fake explored the fake planet's fake surface, pretending that they were really on Mars. Today, the fake landing crew was reunited with their brethren in the fake mothership up in fake orbit. The next fake step will be that they will fake fly home, which will take another 8 real months. And that is the whole point of this incredible exercise, to see if a space journey this long would drive astronauts crazy. That's what they're testing. They don't want to test it for the first time on a real trip to Mars, so it's a fake trip to Mars. They made a fake Mars, and they've had these guys pretend to go there in real time, even though it's not in real space. So far, the fake astronauts seem pretty happy. They've done things like cut each other's hair. They have repurposed exercise equipment to make smoothies. They collect urine samples, as you do. But they will not be back on Earth until November, which is plenty of time for the HAL 9000 to cause trouble. One tremendous side effect of this fake space trip is that by being out front with the fact that they're faking it, the European Space Agency and the Russians have come up with an undebunkable mission, right? You can't debunk this because they're not pretending it's real. Unless maybe this whole thing actually is a real trip and the Russians are just pretending it's fake, so NASA won't realize that somebody else is getting to the Mars before we are. Have a great weekend. Oh, man.